Hi, everybody. Matt Bernier here in the Daily Racing Form Studios, joined by DRF's national handicapper Mike Watchmaker. We're taking a look at this Saturday's Weekend Warrior, June the 17th, a big Saturday night of racing down at Churchill Downs. We're going to have two races covered on here, as well as one out at Santa Anita. Let's start off with the main event at Churchill Downs, though, Mike. Race number 8. It's the Grade 1 Stephen Foster Handicap. It's a win and you're in for the Breeders' Cup Classic division. You have a field of 8 signed on, going a mile and an eighth on the main track. All eyes are going to be on Gunrunner. You want to play against him.
Well, I think it's a matter of pace, Matt. I think the pace is going to be a little bit more demanding than what Gunrunner has seen in his recent starts. Now, if Gunrunner shows up with a repeat of any one of his last 3 starts, he's going to win this race. I mean, 3 starts back over the Churchill Downs main track. He won the Clark with a 111 buyer speed figure. In his first start this year, he won the Razorback with a 110 buyer speed figure. And by the way, both of those buyer figures are better than what anybody else in this field has ever earned in their entire careers. And then last time out, Gunrunner finished second in the Dubai World Cup. Yeah, he was a solidly beaten second, but he finished second to Arrogate, who's the best horse in the world and one of the best horses I've seen in many years. So, if that Gunrunner shows up, the rest of this field's running for second money. But in all 3 of those races, Gunrunner controlled very, I thought, easy paces. And some were easier than others, but they were very manageable, easy paces. And I just don't think that he's quite as effective when he doesn't have that edge. I mean, most horses aren't, and I don't think he's any different in that regard. If you go back and look at his prior efforts, there were many solid performances when he came from a little bit off the pace, but not the blockbuster performances he turned in his last 3 starts, the Clark, Razorback, and Dubai World Cup, which were by far the best races he's ever run. I mean, you've got Birdsong breaking for the rail in here. He went wire to wire in his bias-aided win in the Ali Sheba on Kentucky Oaks Day. He's got no chance to win this race if he doesn't go for the early lead. And from the outside post, you've got Stanford, who is a horse that runs okay when he's, not on the early lead, but he's far, far better. He's at his best when he is on the early lead. And he's going to break for the outside post. So you figure he's going to go too. And I just think this pace scenario is different for Gunrunner this time. And I think it might set this race up for an upset to be one from off the pace.
And the horse that you're most interested in coming from off the pace to take advantage would be Honorable Duty.
So that's my pick in here. Now, Honorable Duty finished second to Birdsong in the Ali Sheba. And like I said, Birdsong was bias-aided that day. I mean, not only was the inside gold and Birdsong was inside all the way around the racetrack, Birdsong also had a completely uncontested early lead. I mean, he for that kind of horse, he walked on the early lead. And Honorable Duty, as evidence of the lack of speed in that Ali Sheba, was close to the pace. I mean, he's a dead closer. He was actually closer to the pace than usual. Now, in fairness, Honorable Duty was toward the inside for much of the race too, but he did move out off the rail in the stretch to go after Birdsong, and he just couldn't get him. But, the combination of him having to move out off the rail in the stretch and also being, I think, more importantly, severely compromised by the pace of the Ali Sheba, he gets a much better pace set up this time around. And 2 starts back, he beat me in the New Orleans Handicap. I really liked Breaking Lucky that day, and Honorable Duty got up in the last couple of jumps to beat me in my heart, break my heart. But in any event, it was a strong performance on his part when he got a contested pace, and he earned a 105 buyer figure that day too. And if he runs back to that, and if the real top-notch Gunrunner doesn't show up because of the pace or whatever else, I think it gives Honorable Duty a real puncher's chance to win this race.
You mentioned Breaking Lucky. You also have Texas Chrome and Howelcom in this spot. All 3 of those horses on their best day capable of running triple-digit buyers. Motom certainly needs to improve if he's going to be a contender in here. Any one of those other 4 horses do anything for you, or maybe one of the other pace pressers?
Not really, Breaking Lucky seems to be in a good race, bad race, good race, bad race pattern these days, and he was bad in the Ali Sheba. He didn't move a muscle that day, and like I said, I really needed him badly 2 starts back in the New Orleans Handicap. But, he's eligible to pop a big buyer figure every now and then, and I mean, of those horses that you mentioned, I guess it would be him because I have history with him. But, you know, I really want horses that are going to be coming from off the pace in this race. And I think Honorable Duty is well set up in this spot.
The main event Saturday evening at Churchill Downs, race number 8, the Grade 1 Stephen Foster Handicap. Gunrunner, all eyes are going to be on him, squarely the horse to beat, but Mike's going to take a little shot against with the number 4, Honorable Duty, Javier Castellano, and Brendan Walsh. We're going to take a break. When we come back, another big race from down underneath the Twin Spires Saturday night. It's the Regret.